Okay, so I just got off the bus. It was supposed to be a 7.5 hour bus, but we've arrived an hour and a half early somehow, which is unexpected. Usually, you'd expect to arrive later. So I'm in a little place called Mersing. It seems, I was kind of expecting it to be very remote. Anyway, it's not really a touristy spot. It's very I think it's kind of just used as like a harbor, would you call it? A ferry port to get to islands nearby. People don't really stay here, but because of the booked up ferry situation. Oh, okay, little dead bird. I'm staying here tonight. There was nowhere for me to book on Hostel World, but I have found the name of a couple of hostels, so I'm just gonna go there and like ask them if I can stay. And yeah, I'm not really expecting any kind of plans or anything here. I think I'm just gonna use it as an opportunity to maybe get a bit of work done. Have a look around. It is the first sighting of the sea that I've had since I arrived in Asia, which is very exciting. So I will maybe have a wander around later once I've checked in. Hostel is about a 10-minute walk away. Okay, I have made it to a hostel. I'm in Mersing. I said that already, but this is the middle of nowhere. Like, honestly, I walked to a hostel and then I was sat outside on the curb for like half an hour because I rung the number and then I couldn't get in, and then but I'm in now. Owner is really lovely, but I'm literally the only one here in the whole hostel. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no running water. There was a guest book to sign in, and the last person who stayed here was on like the 4th of July, which was like a week ago. So it seemed to be like about one person a week staying here. I'll show you around. So this is my room. I have this little balcony here, looking out on the street. So this is the rest of the hostel. There's this big living space. So it could be really nice, to be honest, and a nice little like bar there. I feel a bit calmer now that I've had a drink in a cafe. I feel like everyone I've spoken to here has been really nice as well, so I feel a bit more settled here. Just went and bought some sun cream from a shop as well, which is good because I was running out. The sun cream cost 25 ringgit. Considering my room for the night is costing 20 ringgit, so sun cream cost more than my room, which is quite funny. I'm very tired, but I did get 3 hours sleep last night, so that's expected. I'm gonna go find some dinner now and then get an early night. So I'm gonna go for a restaurant by the waterfront, so that should be nice and see the beach and stuff. So made it back from my little wander. I'm just sat on the balcony. You know, I was just wandering around. I was like, where am I? Like this is quite a strange little side quest. So I'm on the balcony. Had some food. I feel happier being back here. I feel like I mean, everyone I spoke to has been nice, but I feel like it's very much like you look around and like everyone's staring at you, and it's kind of like, okay, kind of want to not be walking around. So it's like 6 p.m. now, so it's quite early. I don't really know what to do with the rest of the day, or I mean, my ferry's not even until 2 tomorrow, so I've got all morning tomorrow as well, and I don't really want to go venture very far outside. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna stay on the balcony for the rest of the evening and until tomorrow, until my ferry, to be honest. So yeah, it's also extremely hot, unsurprisingly. I also have, it's a bit mouldy at the end, but I bought this pear on the way back as well, and it's very exciting because it looks like these pears I used to get in London, which, if you know, you know. The red pears, and it's like, it was in the fridge as well, so it's very crunchy. I'm pretty sure he way overcharged me for it though, because it cost $3.50 ringgit, which is still like, how much is that? Yeah, that is still like 60p. I think it gets confusing in my head, this currency, you know. But it is crazy cheap. Yeah, I was seeing like meals around for like 250 ringgit, which is like less than 50p. So it's definitely very cheap here, even though there's absolutely nothing here. But yeah, just gonna chill, I guess. I would quite like to have a shower, but the water situation is, there is none, so I don't think that's gonna be possible. So I'm gonna just have to wait until tomorrow to shower when I get there, which is not ideal. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh. This is even nicer than the pears in London. And I love a crunchy pear, like when it's the texture of an apple. So good. These cute little messages from people who have stayed. Maybe the only ones who have ever stayed, judging by the guest book. But the good news is we now have water, so I'm gonna have a shower, I think. So there is a bucket of water here, which I'm hoping isn't the shower. I'm hoping this is gonna work. Let's have a go. No, that's not. Oh. Okay. Oh no, there's a tap here. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. That's gonna be an interesting shower. But yeah, I was actually just speaking to the guy who runs this place for a while, which was really nice. And I feel like I haven't really spoken to that many. I've kind of only really spoken to like travelers, people doing similar things to me. So it's a nice opportunity to speak to someone like from the area with the business, you know, and hear about him running the hostel. He said he's been running this hostel for 8 years now, He used to work in a bank, kind of in the city, and then he moved out to run a hostel. And I was kind of saying to him, like, it is because it is a nice hostel. Like it's good, and it's like right next to the ferry port. So tomorrow I only have to walk like 3 minutes to get on the ferry. And I was like, oh, you should like go on like Hostel World and stuff, because I guess no one really knows about it, and like I had to sit outside for half an hour waiting for someone to let me in. So I feel like people would just be like, oh, there's no hostels here, I'll just stay in like a guest house or something. So but anyway, but he's gone out now. He's really sweet though, bless him. Very, very sweet. So I'm gonna have a big shower. It's quite nice being, I've literally got a whole hostel to myself now, literally no one else here, which is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna have a shower, and then I think I might have a little movie night. I mean, there's no Wi-Fi, so I'm relying on 5G. Well, it's not 5G actually, it's like barely even 4G to be honest, but I'm gonna watch a movie if I can get it working, and yeah, have an early night I think, because not much sleep last night, so very tired. Yeah. Now that it's got dark outside, I'm actually not enjoying being here on my own, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go to bed now. I had a big fat shower, I washed my hair, and actually feeling relatively clean for once. I don't have a duvet, I just have a bed, and it's gonna be no aircon, but there is a fan here. It's not gonna be the nicest night, I don't think. But I have found a gym that I might go to tomorrow. Oh my god, wow, sleepy. Yeah, I'm just gonna read a bit and then go to sleep, and then think about that tomorrow. Also, can't really shut the window properly. So, and there's like a restaurant downstairs, and it's quite noisy. So that's gonna be not that fun. Woo! So I survived the night. It's currently coming up to 11 o'clock. I just nipped out to get something for breakfast and some snacks for the ferry as well, which is at 2. So I managed to find this 0 sugar coffee, which is very rare actually, because usually they're full of sugar, so that's good. I got a yogurt. I had to go back. I literally woke up craving another one of these pears, so I'm very excited to eat this. And then from the same shop I got an apple for later. And then I didn't really know what to get for lunch, because I feel like you kind of have to get something like packaged, because anything that's like in a fridge, like a sandwich, is gonna be hot immediately. So I don't really know what this is, but it's like a bun. I'm pretty sure it's like some sort of bun, but then there's like kidney beans on the front, so I think it's some kind of like bean bun. Anyway, I was buying this, and then she came over and like gave me another one. So I think they just sell them in like sets of 2. I also not really sure why I got this, but I got some cheese popcorn, and then I got some water. She also came over and gave me 2 more litre bottles of water, and so I just gave one to the hostel owner actually, because I barely even need 2 litres. I don't really want to be carrying that, but I'll drink a lot before I get on maybe. I think they must just sell it in packs. But yeah, I'm gonna sit and eat my yogurt, coffee and pear on the balcony, and then I need to pack my bag, and then I think I'm just gonna do a bit of reading and maybe do a bit of work. So I've just left the hostel and heading to the get the ferry. Very glad to be leaving Mersing and that hostel. It's been a very interesting 24 hours, and yeah, I'm excited to reach Tioman Island. It's about a 2-hour ferry, and apparently I think when you reach the island it's supposed to be like amazing, kind of coming up to the island. I'm very excited to actually get there and see where I'm going to be living for the next 3 weeks.